Hello there. We're going to be thinking about the trees. I've got a lovely tree behind me. You can only see a bit of it, but it is rather beautiful. Trees are spectacular things. If you walk through a wood filled with trees, if you go to a big arboretum where tree specialisms are there, or Kew, or you come up here to Osterley, or any of the parks around us, you will find mighty trees because they are mighty. And we're going to be thinking about that in this episode of our Creation Cause series, where we're thinking about how God speaks to us. Now, you will know that in the Bible, so many events happen by trees, big events happen by trees. The trees are important. Eden begins with a tree, the tree of life. Calvary centres on a tree, the cross that was made from rough wood. And then at the end of Revelation, we have the New Jerusalem with the tree of life. All the way through, trees are important in the Bible, but they are also important to us. They're important for life. They're life-sustaining. Without trees, we wouldn't be here. We'd just be deserts. Trees do so much for the ecosystem. They do so much for all the world around us, and we look after them. So enjoy, sit back and enjoy.
Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction.
Hello, I'm on the allotment with my good friends Moses and Rosaria here in sunny Bedfont. Well, take us in. Take us in. Let's have a look.
Welcome. This is your pond of water if you get thirsty.
Doesn't look quite drinking water,
right,
but
all
yes.
right. You know.
We'd live.
Yeah, you live.
Yeah,
And
great.
this is our allotment, it's number 88.
How long have you had this allotment?
Since 2011. You remember when we moved from the Orkneys, we looked for this because we wanted somewhere to spend our time, do a bit of exercise, a bit of sunshine. This bit we've just left it lying idle for this year, but it's somewhere where we normally put our corn. We're going to clear this one so once the rains come and there's no hazard for fires.
I'm sure all the bugs and the insects will enjoy that for a while, won't they? So take us to what you've got here.
This one is it's kind of an African village, vegetable. It doesn't die even in winter. When you want to grow it, you just take a bit of a shrub there, plant it down, it will start having its own leaves. It's more of an equivalent of your kale we get from Tesco's.
Okay.
So you can see how tall it is. This is from maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
But when it gets a little bit bigger, we sort of like get rid of it.
Rosaria, what have we got here? What have we got here?
Here, it's corn.
Is it the right sort of height for this time of year, do you think?
No. I think because it's lacking water.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't even know whether it's the weather, the whatever, but I think it's affecting everybody else. Even farmers, they've got problems.
Because we're thinking a lot about growing and how things grow. And I suppose without so much water, if we were to pull these up, which we're not going to because they're growing nicely, but if we were to pull them up, we'd end up with some not as big root, as long roots as you would do if we'd had more rain. Do you reckon?
Yes, it does. But for farmers, you'll find the yield depends on how good the season has been.
Yeah.
So they'll still produce, but it won't be the same quality yield that you sort of like.
If you think about faith's a bit like that, isn't it? Really, that if we the fruits will be amazing if we get our roots very deep.
You know, like we always say, rooted in Christ, you need to be watered and nourished.
Absolutely, yes. To produce good corn, you need good water.
This is the same thing with our faith, like we're saying. We also need to be looked after, to be encouraged, to be shown, just like we do our plants. That's how we grow in. As Methodists we are.
What's next?
Next here we have some tomatoes.
Tomatoes, yes.
And pumpkin.
You've got a lovely flower there.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
And we're starting to have some pumpkins, you know.
How big do you reckon your pumpkins are going to get? Oh, you got one growing.
Yeah, one here, another one here.
They can be, normally we do, they're going to be bigger than a football. The environment, you can feel the air. You can feel out of the house complexes and things like that. This is at nature. You can see birds, you can see insects. That one, even if it's not grown, it's a habitat for our ecosystem and we love it.
These are our carrots.
Your carrots, lovely.
They're doing very well.
They're doing well,
despite
aren't they?
the not getting enough water, but they're doing very, very well.
Yeah.
And onions as well.
Oh yes, they're coming on nicely, aren't they?
And some more pumpkins.
It's not just the pumpkin we are after. Even the leaves, the young leaves when they grow, they're also part of your vegetable. And that's what we sort of like.
Wonderful.
We love them. So there's so many things.
Yeah, great. And then you've got an old tree behind here.
This is a cherry
tree.
Yes.
Tell us what happened with this then, because it's.
Oh, you can see these things that are down. This does very well every year. Unfortunately, with this kind of tree, it ripens in a very short time window. In a week, it will all be red and mature. But because we have no storage, we do whatever. We ask our allotment holders, neighbors passing through that pathway to come in and feast at the same time. And birds, this is their season. They love the cherries. So we share with nature and...
But in a sense, that's a lovely image, isn't it? That this tree provides for not just yourselves, but for others, some bounty and some beauty and some great things, because the roots go deep, but the tree goes up, and that tree has been fruiting for many, many years.
It was fruiting for many years, but when you think about that, God is looking after this plant, is feeding it, is watering it, and also is my shelter there. So it's a very good example of what God can do. And because this tree is rooted there, it doesn't move like I do. So me, if I can't have faith in what He's doing, I think I should be so grateful to have faith when I can walk around.
There's a lovely idea as well, isn't there, about you're getting everyone in to share from the allotment, to share your fruits, but sharing in that's a bit. Is the phrase Ubuntu mean anything to you? The kind of
Ubuntu,
Ubuntu,
that's what it is.
In a sense, isn't it? It's that community.
Yes. It's community, and it's something we miss, because in this Ubuntu and the extended families, when you have an allotment like this, rather than me and the Rosaria come and do the weeding each other weekend, we can set up a weekend where we say, everybody from this allotment, today is weeding day in my allotment. So we come and work communally like that. And for you, we're talking about our men's forum. It's not different from that communal farming and tilling I was talking about. Because you've got a captive group that you can bring together and you can do things together. The whole thing is you have got people who share certain things in common. And you come together to boost yourself, strengthen yourself.
That's
the same thing with our farming here.
That's good. That's really good. Let's move on.
But actually thinking about it in terms of us as a faith and whatever, we have got these parables of the sowers and whatever. You can actually think everyone has the potential to be the glory that God demands them to be. But it's our duty to make sure we nurture them, we water them. This bit that we couldn't do it in that week, it's just a lesson that if we neglect each other, this will happen to some of us. Fair comment, but we are not disappointed. We're learning something, and we appreciate our blessings.
Yes, indeed. Let's move on and see what is growing. When you come here, what does it do for you, apart from get you fit? Does it make you feel at peace, or does it make you feel like you've got a lot to do? What does it do? How do you feel?
I like coming here. I enjoy, breathing this fresh air. Hearing birds singing. And meeting other allotment holders. They are more friendly here. Networking. So I really look forward to come to.
That's good.
The allotment.
So do you find God here?
Yes.
Oh yes. This is the part of His creation. And for me, remember in church we were saying, I'm not a man of the sea, I'm a man of the jungle. This reminds me of the jungle I live in. A landlocked country that I've grown up in. When I sit in the shade there, I'm so much at peace. And the breeze you feel there, even when you say it's hot, you come, you can't work the land, but sit under that shade. The breeze is so nice, so nice. You like it.
Trees of the Bible. Trees, fragility of leaves, delicate, easily blown about, fresh in spring, vibrant colour, pale green, light and dark greens, change to gold, reds, oranges as green slips away at the turn of the year, sturdy oaks, waving willows, fruits, berries of many colours, textures, smells and tastes. Seeds hold future tree, potential for growth. Tree of knowledge, place of education, good roots of literacy. Knowledge and skills grow as individuals and benefit society. Seeds planted in us. Someone shares their knowledge and we think, oh, that is so interesting, I want to learn more about that. Or we might implant a seed knowingly or unknowingly. Different ages can find, oh, I want to learn this or that. just as trees can keep growing. Bare trees still rooted in soil. We can see their shapes and textures, notice their height, their value to us and plants and animals. No matter where they are planted, see their beauty. No matter where we are planted, in our homes and families, in workplaces, the place we live, we can still be rooted in Christ and learn and grow. Leaf patterns, veins, vessels like calligraphic shapes, threads, intricate, delicate patterns. Copper leaves and silver, paper white bark, varied browns and greys look like stains, flaking, coarse, smooth, creating patchwork patterns. Leaves and branches nodding and dancing in the breeze. Trees bending and swaying in high winds. Buffeted, rain-soaked, pushed occasionally to breaking and fall, showering debris all around. Trees, branches, twigs all knotted. Mind is full of thoughts, tangled and knotted. Thoughts like branches can produce good or bad fruit. Tree trunk, Jesus, providing good nourishment. We are to have the mind of Christ. Draw on him. Trees, so much to think about when we see them and marvel at the work of your hands.
Well, I'm here with Deacon Richard in Kew Gardens. Hello, Richard.
Hello, Joe.
So we're just down the bottom end of Kew Gardens by the Japanese pagoda. So, Richard, you come here often?
Not as much as I should do, really. I did enjoy coming here a bit more when I was on sabbatical.
Yeah.
And this was one of my favourite spots to sit and read.
Yeah. Why particularly this one, do you think?
I just love Japanese, the whole, and I'm looking forward to going to Japan. It's on my bucket list.
Okay, yes.
On my bucket list to go to Japan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what is it about Japanese things that make you feel good, that you like?
I think it's the calmness and the order and the cleanness and the, you know.
We've been thinking a lot about, I guess, trees and the environment and so on, and obviously this series is about the environment and how we can reflect on that as a kind of guide for life, really. Have you got any thoughts about, your experiences and how trees can help you think through that thing or work that through?
Well, I was delighted that the Quiet Day we were able to think about trees in the Bible with Denise and you know, that rootedness in our roots being in Christ. And it was amazing the things that came up from the Bible on trees. You know?
It was remarkable. There were an awful lot of references that sometimes we never think about.
No, from the trees right in the Garden of Eden right through to Revelation, and then lovely references all the way through.
And you mentioned something about Cliff College. And the trees.
Yes, well, it's said that there's a tree planted there for every tree that's in the Bible. Which
is interesting. Yes,
it's very interesting. And in Sunday school, of course, Zacchaeus and his sycamore tree. You know, we used to sing in the Sunday school.
We did. No, it's true. And I think the beauty of trees is that they've often been here for such a long time.
Yes, they have.
And far beyond us, some of them, and they are rooted there, and they've grown there, and the rings show the depth and the age, that they're there.
Yeah.
And I guess scientifically as well, the nutrients they put back and the oxygen and the CO2 and all that, all the scientific things where they save the environment.
We had to take a tree down in the manse because it was dead, and that was like a real bereavement, really, because it had stood there, it had sheltered, and then when we left High Wycombe, there was a beautiful tree there, which you saw through all the seasons, and I took photos of it in the different seasons, and I used to lay under it when we were in lockdown
it's
a
difficult,
lot.
Isn't it? Yeah.
And I gave it a big hug when I left.
A big hug to say goodbye. Yeah, we had one in school when I was there, which was a proper conker tree. Had loads of conkers on when I first went there, and then it got diseased and it died. It was so sad. And this tree that produced so many was just had it, and it had to be removed. And it's always sad when you have to do that, and of course it's why so many trees are preserved as well, to stop that happening.
I mean, I love flowers and I love creation, and love to look after it. I wished I'd listened more to my parents, who were great gardeners, and I've tried to do my bits in wherever we've lived. But I will be looking for somewhere where we're going to live. With a tree, with not the garden or the bath, not a wonderful kitchen or a bathroom,
but a tree.
A tree that I can look at
and sit under.
Yes.
And I suppose if you look again in history, sitting under trees, people do. I mean, the story of the Buddha was founded by him sitting under a tree.
And was it Elijah under a broom tree?
It was.
And Jonah was sat under a tree. And
I suppose it's the place where you go for shade.
Yes.
In a dry land, and they are such beautiful things. I mean, I've never been a tree hugger.
No.
People do get a lot of pleasure from hugging trees.
Yes,
and
they do.
Just feeling the bark. It is quite amazing, and the wildlife that grows in trees as well. It supports other people. Which I guess is a bit like our faith. If we together work and as a church, and we can support people, then like a tree supports, then we can I guess think of it like the church, in the sense that we provide safe space for people. So you, on your sabbatical, you did some flower arranging courses or something. Did you a flower arranging course?
Well, yes, I did a 5-week course. I was amazed by the calmness that it brought, and I found that very therapeutic. Just putting things here and
Oh, I know what you mean, and it's a focus time as well, isn't it? It's when you empty your mind of everything else and you concentrate. I'm quite fascinated sometimes by the idea that creativity and creation are so inextricably linked.
I was thinking of creating sermons as well, and orders. I mean, I love the order, in the sense of
it's our Methodist tradition, really, and that whole sense of having some organisation and order, I think, is quite important.
I mean, with my floristry course, it's been one of the sabbatical things that people have asked more about, really.
Well, it's intriguing, isn't it?
I loved going back to college.
Learning again. Well, it's all about growth, isn't it? Do you have any worries? I mean, we think about the future of the climate, we think about the future of the environment. Do you have any worries about where that might be going?
I suppose it's the disposable community, disposables, so much rubbish and litter around. I'm a great picker up of rubbish, and I'm told I shouldn't because I could get some infection or whatever. But I see bottles and plastic bottles and wrappers and things, and I think, well, why can't people put those in the, and a great joy of coming here is seeing groups of children learning about this wonderful creation that's here, and preparing for the future. We had a lovely garden at High Wycombe, which had been landscaped, and a minister who'd been very keen on all that. And yet you look down the garden, and it looked down the valley, and it was beautiful, actually, a beautiful setting. And that just calmed me as we were. You just looked out there at creation and and I do talk to plants. I do talk. I say, well done, come on, let's.
You're with the king. He talks to plants. And
well,
trees.
I know.
So
he was well ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time, wasn't he? Yeah. And that made a huge difference. But
I do feel that bereavement when one dies. I'm like, oh no,
not another. Yes.
And I do get them from here. In the sale department.
Plants.
That try and.
Do you think there's a little bit of St. Francis in you?
There is.
There is, definitely.
Oh, there's a lot of Franciscan in me.
Yeah.
And I'm with St. Francis that if there's a heaven without animals, I don't want to be there. But, but the blessing of them and the giving thanks for them and the companionship. And I've seen people's lives changed by having just an animal in their lives, And I do think there should be more in. I know for the logistics of all people's homes, and it's not easy. But and actually in prisons, I do think that if people had something to care for and
therapy pets,
and I've seen them going round wards as well. Dogs. I did have somebody in Woking who went round with a very beautiful cat into places, and
it's I guess it's all part of this thing about being at one with the world and around us, and pets and animals do bring out the calmest in people. And I guess it's this again. We're kind of following, although we've gone on to all sorts of conversations. We're very much following that sense of creation. Have you heard the story of St. Kevin? It's a bit more rare this than St. Francis. St. Kevin is told that he was praying with his arms out of the window once, and he had his arms outstretched like that, and a blackbird landed on his hand, and he held his arm up and kept it on long enough for the blackbird to build a nest.
Oh my goodness!
And then for him to lay some eggs, or her to lay some eggs, and then for them to hatch. And he held his hand up in prayer for all that period of time.
I mean, there was when I was in America with friends, there was a butterfly that I particularly became very fond of, and it used to come in, and I used to talk to it and all the rest of it. And just before we went, I left our friend's house. I went out, and it came back, and I was very. It touched me really deep.
Being back, A mighty tree stands firm in the ground, and our God is like a mighty tree, watching over us, holding us under his branches and keeping us safe. But at this time of prayer, let's be quiet and still and think about those of us who can stand firm in our faith, those of us who are doubting, those of us who really don't feel that God is anywhere near you at the moment. The beauty of the tree is it's there. It stands firm and mighty and reminds us of majesty. So let's be still and remember what God can do in our lives and in those friends and family we know need our prayers. So let's just, in this quietness, pray together. Trees are very important, and we know that now. We've learned lots about that. I don't know if you're a tree hugger or a stroker, because it's quite nice to stroke the bark of the tree and feel it and get that sense of the roughness and the readiness and what it means to be ancient. I'm quite good at what it means to be ancient, but the trees are even older than me, and it's a good thing to look at and spend time with and just enjoy. So a challenge: go and enjoy some trees. Go somewhere where you can see some trees. If you want to, take a piece of paper and a wax crayon and do a little wax rubbing of some bark and see what comes out, and send a photo. Love to see it. Love to see your tree bark. And that's not just for children, that's for grown-ups too. Go and find some trees and just marvel at them. See how fantastic they are, and have a blessed week.